Hello, YouTubers out there. This is the Boob Wasteland Show with your host, Jerry Saravia. This is something I've not mentioned in previous Boob Wasteland shows, so I think I need to. Anyway, I am your host, Jerry Saravia, once again. And today I'm briefly going to talk about Ashton Kutcher. It seems the media is looking for anything inflammatory they can find on Ashton Kutcher in general, as if being on 2.5 Men needs to court such inflammation, if you like, anything negative that they can find. We all know what happened to Charlie Sheen. Of course, he brought it on himself, and thus he was also previously on 2.5 Men as Charlie Harper, and lost his job. So with Ashton Kutcher, I guess it seems inevitable that something would come up. Now, one of the stories circulating is fairly trivial. It pinpoints a particular episode of 2.5 Men, the second episode. The reason I'm mentioning it is because, of course, I reviewed the first 2 episodes of 2.5 Men's Season 9 premiere. Now, Ashton Kutcher, as you all know, plays the internet billionaire Walden Schmidt in 2.5 Men. And in one scene of the second episode, he's talking on a couch with his laptop open and talking on the phone with his ex-wife. Now, what's interesting is that on the laptop, on the top of the laptop computer, the cover, I guess you could say, there are these stickers that represent some companies that Ashton Kutcher himself has a financial interest in. And they include companies I never heard of aside from one. They are Foursquare, Hipmunk, Flipboard, and GroupMe. GroupMe I think I've heard of, although I can't tell you offhand what that's about. Anyway, these decals are clearly seen, but since they weren't recognizable trademarks to me, I didn't really pay much attention to them. One other company is Chegg, which apparently Ashton Kutcher's production company Catalyst receives social media help from. Now, this wouldn't be so important at all to mention, except that CBS is not exactly upset by this, because of course they noticed that they allowed this to happen. And the decals, to be fair, are symptomatic of the character himself, not Ashton, but Walden Schmidt. CBS apparently did disclose the Foursquare decal at the end of the episode, as required by the FCC. But this was not an advertising campaign, but I guess it just seemed odd. So, okay, we'll leave it at that. No big deal. But the real story out there about Ashton Kutcher is his relationship with his wife, Demi-Moore, who of course is older than he is. Ashton is 33, and Demi, I know, is in her 40s. Now, the only controversy I think that this actor has ever courted in the past is the fact that he married someone older than him. And also that there seemed to be a relationship that existed between him, Bruce Willis, and Demi-Moore. Bruce Willis being the father of Demi's kids, and also a former husband. And I guess there was a photo spread on Vanity Fair, I think it was, or some other magazine, of all 3 of them on a boat and fishing. That seems to be as controversial as Ashton Kutcher has ever gotten thus far, until now. Seems that there are hints that the marriage is in trouble due to Demi's tweets and Ashton's tweets. And I guess Ashton was seen wearing the engagement ring and flaunting it, if you like. I really don't care about this business, and I don't understand why there's such an insatiable need to focus on this. I don't understand. It's not to say that once you're a celebrity, you're exempt from exposure. Of course, we all know sometimes the exposure gets overwhelming, to say the least. Michael Jackson being a prime example. Now that it seems when you're dead, you become more famous than ever. And Michael can't speak for himself, as you all know, the trial is taking place. So with Ashton Kutcher, I think it was hinted at a while back from some sources that this was an open marriage. So, you know what? Leave it alone. But they won't. And Ashton is now in a show that in its premiere had 28.8 million people watching, which is more than any of the other seasons of 2.5 Men. So, of course, he is the talk of the town, and as well as he should be. But not I think, his private life. But we live in a TMZ world, so there you have it. And in a future episode, I will talk about TMZ, which I do watch sometimes. So, I just say leave Ashton Kutcher alone. I mean, if we're going to start exposing every little thing that he does, no matter how trivial or how important we might deem it to be, it's just going to get out of hand, and people then are going to start thinking that Ashton's private life takes precedence, and, well, you know where that all ends. I mean, I've done a show about TMZ and Mel Gibson and all these other celebrities that get so much exposure, but not enough for their own work, which is really what counts. But that's, of course, the world we live in. So that's all I got to say. Leave Ashton alone. I'm not going to wear any mascara and tell you on camera this, but leave him alone, please. That's all for now. This is the Boob Wasteland Show, signing off.